I'd like to call a meeting to order. The first thing, opening prayer. Almighty God, you have blessed us with reason, memory, and skill. Help us to use them wisely in the service of our town government. We ask this in thy holy name, amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Does anyone in the audience would like to address the board? Any public concerns? Thank you. Welcome you all here. Welcome George, village mayor. Good to see you. We need approval of November 14th minutes of our last meeting.
I have a question, page 9.
Okay.
Me voting nay and two motions, and I didn't vote nay. I only voted nay on the burn barrel. Well, I didn't vote nay. Motion to
Yes.
increase the appropriation for the account.
Yes.
I did not vote nay.
Okay. Thank you, Bruce. We'll make that correction. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
I'll make a motion to have the minutes amended.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any other questions or corrections? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. You have your code officers' reports. There you go, this one. On those. You have your zoning board minutes of October 19th and your planning board minutes of October 5th. The sheriff's service is shared services with the village of Champlain has been approved. It was approved last month, but the contract has been signed by Alan and Jeff Moore for sharing equipment. You have your work schedule for real property office here on Fridays. They will be here every Friday this month. 3 dates left, the 15th, 22nd, and the 29th. We got a letter from Ken Della France pertaining to the burning barrel law that we've talked about last month. He was here then. Just a letter for information only. We have a letter from the golf course. I do need to take action on this. It's the land lease agreement. We had talked to them a couple months ago. We need to approve this if it's so desired of the board. To approve we're looking for a 3-year contract at $12,000 a year. It's a land lease agreement between the town and the golf course board of directors. We own that land, they lease it from us. If it's the desire of the board, we need to approve this. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to pass the $3,000.
Well, it's a $12,000 lease for 3 years.
Right.
Yes.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any questions on this? I best ask for a roll call vote on this one. Craig?
Yes.
John?
Yeah.
Bruce?
Yes.
Jules?
Yes.
Yes for myself. Thank you. You have your JCO monthly reports. Okay. Do we need a motion to return the sales tax revenue to the county, yes, to the county. We normally turn back money to our share of county sales tax revenue that we receive. We return part of it back to the county to reduce the town's liability for our county tax. And this year, we're turning back $225,000, which will reduce our taxes, our residents' county real estate tax. I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion that we return the sales tax revenue of $225,000 for the year 2007.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any questions on this one? Roll call vote on this also. Craig?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Jules?
Yes.
Yes for myself, okay. Okay, we need to, last month, we tabled we had a hearing on the burning law. We tabled it, we had 45 days to take action. We've been advised to vote that one down, schedule no hearing in January for a revised burning law. I would like a motion, if possible, to not to accept that, to vote that one down. This is last month's proposed law that we had the hearing on.
And do we advertise for the month of January?
Well, I think we should probably vote that down and
Is that a different motion?
different motion, I think, okay? So this motion would be just to vote down last month's public hearing motion to approve the burning law. What is the desire of the board?
I make the motion, we do not vote.
We're voting on it, to not accept last month's. Okay. Need a second?
Second.
Okay. Roll call vote on this.
Discussion?
Yes.
You know, we put a lot of work in this law, and the fire department wanted certain things put in the law, and it's in there, and I think it's written the way it should be, my opinion.
Okay.
We've been advised to vote.
Yes. Legal advice told us that the other wording was not proper. I talked to the fire department about that. We're in agreement that I have a new set of, the new law here I'm going to be passing out in a moment pertaining to the hearing in January, if we do schedule that. Advice of counsel, this is the one that we should pass, the one that's going to be coming up next month, not the one tonight. Okay? Anything else? Okay, the vote is not to accept the one that we had last month, the public hearing on. Okay, roll call vote. Craig?
Yes.
Bruce?
No.
Jules?
Yes.
Yes for myself, okay. Now I'd like a motion to schedule a public hearing for I don't know why he's got that here, Monday. It should be, somebody have a date calendar, Carl?
January 9th.
It is January 9th?
Seems like ninth is on a Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday, January 9th at 7 o'clock. I think we should probably make that at 7:15 though, not at the very first thing in the meeting. Okay, make that change, Julie? I need a motion to approve a public hearing for Tuesday, January 9th at 7:15, if it's the desire of the board.
I'll make that motion.
Need a second? Second, John seconds that. Any question on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's carried. I will pass out, we just got these today. Pass those down. Did you get a copy, Julie? I'll make that correction on it, it'll be Tuesday, Monday, at 7:15. Jules?
This is what the attorneys came up with,
Yes.
and this is what we're gonna have the public hearing on next
Yes.
January.
Okay. This one is sort of patterned after the town of Plattsburgh is using. It's worked very well. Expect it will here also. Okay. We need to set a meeting for the last couple days of the month here. We normally have a year-end of meeting in December to pay all the final bills of the month. We're looking at, I believe it's Wednesday the 27th. Would that work for everybody?
We almost have to have it that day because Friday's gonna be right, that's gonna be in the county before Friday.
Okay.
So we have to have it on Wednesday.
Wednesdays.
Time though.
Okay. Is Wednesday okay for everybody? An evening meeting?
What time?
At 7 o'clock? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Bruce? Okay.
Usually in the daytime, but you can't come daytime.
I don't know if I need to. Yeah, well,
Craig? You can't come in the daytime, right?
not very well.
No, it's no problem, but if you could, you can do that in the daytime. 7 o'clock Wednesday?
Okay. We'll have to advertise this also, though, I believe, as a special meeting. So I'd like a motion to approve Wednesday, the 27th at 7 o'clock, a special end-of-year meeting.
I make a motion for that.
Okay, I have a motion
I'll second it.
and a second. December 27th at 7 o'clock, end-of-year meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Just in the past couple of days, I've received a, pass those down, please. Do you have that, Judy? Yeah. Got that one anyway. Just got these a day or two ago. This is an agreement with the town of Moores for dog patrol officer. We've been with them for several years now. This is a one-year contract for next year, which now includes the villages of Champlain and the village of Ross's Point. It's for the same money we've been paying last year. To be paid in 4 installments, March, June, September, December. The total contract is $15,310 per year. I do need a motion to approve. It is a desire of the board. Is there any questions on it? Let's ask that first, I guess.
That for the, just for us, we're all, village is gonna pay part of it too,
No.
No.
That's just right there.
Yes. The Ross's Point did not contribute with immediate service in the past, but now they will be getting the service. It comes out of the general town-wide fund. So all those residents are paying already. They're paying town-wide tax. They will be getting coverage.
I make a motion to accept this contract.
Okay, I have a second to that motion.
Second.
Is there any questions on it? Okay, if not, we'll have a roll call vote. Craig?
No.
John?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Jules?
Yes.
And yes for myself. Thank you. Janitorial contract. It's with Kurt Castine. We have a $4,800 a year janitorial contract, for cleaning of this building. We wish to renew that contract. If it's the desire of the board, we need a motion to do that. It's a one-year contract.
Who?
It's a one-year contract with Kurt Castine.
Did everybody have a bid on it?
You know, we're just renewing the contract.
Yeah, but I think you have to go out to bid.
Gotta go out to bid,
We go out to bid every year?
yes.
I thought we weren't satisfied.
You gotta go out to bid.
Things are clean.
Okay.
But I've been on it every year, don't we?
Yeah. You can put it in the paper and go out to bid.
Even though it's a contract in place at the time,
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
1 year.
then I need
Should
a,
have been out to bid in November, or should have been out to bid a month ago.
Yeah, 'cause he's all done in the month.
Right.
okay. Then I need a motion to approve advertising it, asking for bids.
Make a motion that you advertise for janitorial contract. as quick as possible. Should we put it in for the next meeting? I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
December
The
meeting?
27th, it's gonna cut it close.
Well, check your dates if you can, I'll have these anyway.
Did I have a second for that, Julie, or not?
No,
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Alan, you got a highway report?
I don't have too much. We're building a berm in Bears Mills where the flood zone, where it floods every year there. Trying to build that, to help the ice when it comes up, that it doesn't go over the road. Hopefully it works. Then I passed out a while ago, you guys got all the number of roads that we wanna do for the next 3 years. It's a projection, doesn't mean we gotta follow that, but it'd be nice if it would work out that way. Other than that, that's about all I got.
It's a good starting point. No
Wow.
doubt. Okay.
We just have to get up 1 meter, John,
Anything else, Alan?
No, unless you got any questions.
Did you do anything on that grades there from the golf course road yet?
Well, we went down, Brian and I, a couple times, and the culverts seem to be working pretty
Doing all
good.
right?
Yeah, it seems to be. We tell better when the water goes down. When we went down, the
Did
water.
you take any grades out in the field?
No, I didn't go to the field yet, but.
We shouldn't do that too, just in case of a problem out there, bring that down. So we'll know ahead of time. That's all I want to know.
Okay. Building committee, you have anything, Jules and Bruce?
I have nothing at this time.
I have no. Grants committee, I don't know of anything, John or Craig, do you? Nothing there. Under Board of Assessment Review, John, I don't believe there's nothing this time of year on that.
No.
Other than the fact that we need to appoint, or reappoint, I should say, Norm Kozlowski. He was, we nominated him, approved him last year for a 1-year unexpired term. He needs to be approved for a 5-year term on that board, Board of Assessment Review. I did speak with him. He is willing to serve again. If the desire of the board, we need to approve that.
I'll make a motion,
Okay?
I'll second it.
give him
I have a motion and a second for Norm Kostovsky. Okay. Is there any questions on this reappointment? If not, I will ask for a roll call vote on this also. Craig?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Jules?
Yes.
Yes for myself. Okay, thank you.
Is there any other ones on that board that have to be replaced?
Not this year. I don't believe,
no,
right?
not this year.
Not this year.
Yeah.
There were 5-year terms. We appointed several of those
Yeah, I
last
know, that's why I
year.
was wondering, because some of them were filling some other unexpired
He
terms.
was, but there was only 1 year left on his. And they do, is there one?
You got that, it's right there. You got chief, that was you.
Yeah. So you can tell them which one's up next.
David Coonan is 2007. George Nevada is 2008, Fred Stone is 2009, and John Trombley is 2010.
Whenever
I
you,
thought one of them was,
several of those are new appointments last year. Okay. The Highway Committee, Jules and John Paul, do you have anything there? Or was it-
seen about some rough work there, but he's taking care of that, so.
Yeah.
What about that? We do have some action to take under the Water and Sewer Committee, John, Craig.
And the link has anything on it.
Other than, we need to order a pump, right?
Right, for the Web Dubois pump station.
It's a sewer pump.
Right, I gave you the cut sheet, Woody gave me the quote, I guess, model number. Basically, it's the same pump that's there. I think it was for 3,000, you have the number in front of you?
I've got it in front of me, it's $3,085 for a new pump.
Right now, there's only one pump in that pit, and if that goes down, somebody's gonna be in there with some pails.
There's 2 pumps in that pit, one is not working. One is. We need to order one pump, and after we replace that one with a new one, we need to see if the one that's in there can be fixed for a spare, if it's feasible. We don't know that yet. We have not got the old one out yet. It seems to be a problem getting it out. It's not an easy thing. The fittings are all set. The valves are not closing off well. There's a lot of problems with that. But we need a motion to go ahead and buy that pump though. $3,085.
I'll make a motion that we go out and spend $3,085 on a pump.
Okay, I need a second.
Second.
I have a motion in a second. Any questions on this one?
Is,
Go ahead.
has he contacted, he's working on pump at all?
I'm waiting for him.
I talked to him today and he says he's getting to it, but.
You gotta get that pump out of there.
I need to do it, but
I offered all the manpower that was needed to get it done.
Now's the time to do it.
They are well aware of that.
The other thing I have on that same district is I have a request from a person that wants to tie into the sewer line down there. Now, that's a forced main, so there's some different considerations that people have to consider, but she wanted to know if it was feasible and what the cost would be. So I'm asking the board, is this something we want to look into or not, or how do you want to proceed? I have to give them an answer.
But it would not be our expense now, would it? Or it would be?
Well, that's up to you. I mean, I would think not, but, you know, it's up to the board. You'd either have to cut the road or tunnel under it, because the sewer line's on the opposite side of the road from where the house is. Again, it's a forced main, so you have to have a pit and a transfer pump. That would be their responsibility, I would think, but, you know, somehow we have
Certainly,
to,
we can't get into transfer pumps for every individual home.
I wouldn't think so.
I think that's not feasible for the town to do that.
No,
He'd have to bear all the expenses of getting this done.
right, so,
And if he wants to have it done, then he should contact somebody that's gonna do this, to give him a price and to have it done, and we'll accept it. If it's done the
okay,
way we
so
want.
basically.
If it doesn't work, then it's his problem.
Right, so you want them to do the footwork as far as getting the prices and what it would cost, and it would be by board approval that you're gonna accept whoever and how they're gonna do it then? Is that what you're,
I have no problem with somebody hooking onto that line, there's no expense to the town.
I just think that we need oversight on this though, to make sure that whoever is gonna be playing around on that stuff, you know, I mean, I don't wanna break a pipe there. You got water on one side of the road, you got sewer on the other side of the road, so there's some considerations.
But I understand that. But it cannot be a cost to this town to hook up an individual
Right.
person on the line.
Right, so you
They
want
have
me
to-
to tell them to get, they would hire a private contractor to do it, but the board would approve the contractor to work on the town's property.
I see no,
We have to approve who's gonna do the work.
I have no problem with somebody hooking onto that system, there's no cost to this town, or to that water, or sewer district.
I mean, we'd have a town employee there, or Alan or somebody overlooking
The village,
the job,
somebody, yeah,
absolutely.
okay. I mean, it cannot be a several $1,000s expense to this town, for that
Right.
sewer district, can't happen. They must realize it's their expense. Totally their expense.
Okay, and at some point in time, you're gonna have to set a fee for, well, I guess that's set by the water rates there, because they get water there, so.
They already got water, right?
Yeah, the water's already been.
And they
hooked
paid
up.
extra for that,
Yeah.
okay? Look into our water system.
So, any sewage generated, or the sewer bill would be generated by the water bill, the amount of water they buy is.
Okay.
So, are we gonna have a hookup fee for that? I mean,
Is it in town law now?
We have one now, don't we?
yeah. I
We
think
do
so.
for water.
Water.
This is the first type of, this request that we've had, I believe.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's something new, that's why sort of on unproven ground here.
I just move forward and advise them that it's their expense,
Okay.
okay?
It's their expense, but the town board has to approve what they're gonna do as far as what materials they're gonna use and how they're gonna do it.
Yes.
And if they come to us and say they wanna cut the road, then we just let them do it, or?
No.
Will he get a
That's what I'm
proposal
saying.
on this?
Pardon me?
Will he go out and get a proposal to have this work done?
Well, that's what I'll tell them.
Have a proposal so that we can look at it.
Yeah.
And if you wanna do my name or John Paul's name too, I mean, with any questions, I mean, we can
Yeah,
go out there and take a look and if they have any questions at all.
okay.
This is a large expense for one, this is a household, isn't it? It's not a business.
No, it's a house.
Yes.
It's a very small lot, it's a low area, apparently there's been septic problems in the past. And it's a, the property was bought as a rental piece of property, and they'd rather spend the money on doing this so they don't have to have problems down the road. This is why they wanted the water, and now they want the sewer. So,
I have no problem with that. I think we need to go back and vote on that pump though, correct? I had a motion on the floor, I believe,
Yeah,
to approve buying that pump.
yeah,
Yes, we have not
I
voted
made
on
a
it.
motion.
yeah. Craig made the motion, John Paul seconded.
Did we vote on it?
No,
Oh,
I don't believe we voted on
Oh,
it.
voted.
That's what Mickey picked up on here.
no, we did not vote on it yet.
Is there any other questions on buying this, it's a sewer pump? Dubois Station? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Landfill committee, Jules, I don't believe there's nothing up there, is there,
Nothing right now.
this time of year? Town clerk's report, Julie?
Don't have anything.
Approval of the monthly bills, we have some extra bills there.
We have one.
Okay.
In the Clinton County Treasurer's Office for the election charges, it was $5,137.85.
Okay, that's in addition to the bills that you already have in your packet. I need a motion to approve the monthly bills.
I make a motion to approve the monthly bills, including what she just read.
Okay? And I have a second. Is there any question on the monthly bills? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's carried. Review the post audit bills, we gotta pay those. Need a motion to approve post audit bills.
Make a motion to approve post audit bills.
Need a second?
Second.
Any questions on the post audit bills? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's also carried. You have revenues for December, November, excuse me. Does anyone else have any, yeah, I do have a couple things here. We got one more notice, I should say, from a person on, from DEC pertaining to a person on South Street Water District, that they got an extension put a sewer system in, individual sewer system. There's one there for you, Joel. Don't file for it. You have that, Mickey?
Yes.
Okay, it's a house that's been transferred since the order is a couple years ago that was put into effect. This one person has to comply until June 1st of next year. For your information only, we got a
Operation Safe Shelter, that was, I
I'll
think,
give it to you in a second. This is from the Clinton County landfill, New England Waste Systems, pertaining to trip fees. This is unloading fees at the main landfill. It's going up $1 something a ton. They're still using their current $10 minimum for up to 360 pounds at the main landfill in Scarlet Falls. The Moore's landfill is slightly different. Go ahead, report on that child ID program.
yeah, that, great town support, Moore, Shazy, Champlain. It was great. We did well over 130 kids that day, and I'm gonna continue to do this next year, and in November. It was very, very successful, and I'd like to thank everybody who participated.
Okay. I have nothing else. Did I miss anything on Julie, you know? Does any other board member have anything to report to board?
And one thing, been an honor to serve on the board. It's my last meeting, and thank you for the opportunity.
No, it's not your last meeting.
Well,
You've got one on
the last formal meeting.
last formal meeting. Well, we thank you for serving for a year. It's been a real pleasure. We're glad to have you here. We do hope to see you on the 27th, and I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of you in the future anyways. We do appreciate, we do appreciate your service to the town. Yes,
Are you gonna do anything with that cross-connection law for the water pipe?
I just got that today. I am told that I need to have that reviewed by the town attorney.
Then we'll have a public hearing on it?
If it's changing town law, I need to do
It
that.
has to be part of the water law.
I did get that today from the village, a contract, not a contract, but what would you call it?
It's cross-connection control for water supply lines.
Okay. I think that's something the health department is requiring. Am I correct?
Pardon me?
The health department is requiring that?
Yeah, well, the health department, state, part of the water quality, stuff like that.
Okay. I do need to follow the village lead on this, to the fact that the one they gave me is mirroring theirs.
Yes, well, this is theirs and ours is mirrored their law,
I
basically.
don't believe I should ask for approval of that until I get it reviewed. I mean,
That's right.
am I correct there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be on every hookup, right?
It's not,
Did you read it that way? That's gonna be on every hookup?
Every new installation has to have a backup preventer on it. All commercial work has to have the cross-connection prevention. I know the village will do that too. And it's a state law for all the water departments.
I understand this is for, if somebody had a private water source, they wouldn't come back on, they couldn't get.
Well, that, or if there's a contaminated line inside a building, they can't back up into the main line and
Okay.
contaminate the rest of the system.
Okay.
You know, if you had
I
a-
mean, I have no problem with the concept and the theory of it, it's just that I do have to have that reviewed. I mean, if it's gonna become town law, we need to have legal advice on that. Okay, I do expect that in the next 2 or 3 months. Does anyone else have anything?
We had a meeting with the village of Champlain on this water and sewer. John Paul and Mickey and I were at this meeting. And we'll have another meeting to get this, streamline this agreement that we've got here with the village of Champlain.
I have no problem with talking.
On the water and sewer deal with the, now that we're having this binders pump and so on and so forth here, who's gonna be responsible to take care of this and so on and so forth. We wanna get an agreement between the town so that when Alan goes out to do some of this work,
You'll know what he's gotta do and not do. I think, because I'm gonna do part of it.
Yeah, no problem with that.
so we'll be having another meeting here. I don't know if it's gonna be probably up till January now.
Yeah, after the holidays.
But it's very well done meeting that we had to get this stuff out and how we need it. Since we saw them out, we had a few ups and downs in the Paris Mills ones, and we did that, so it's sort of simplifying. Also that they're talking about what the rebate's gonna be on part of that job, because some of it was for the village to be paid for.
I understand that. That's an ongoing negotiations, and
So we should be getting something on that so that we can get this,
Involved with these people, also probably have to arrange a meeting with these people and see how they wanna go about paying for this.
if they need a meeting, the water and sewer committees and us will be
The
able.
the only thing that we're lacking there now is their price on what they did. And Alan and Mickey's got all that other stuff, got it all figured out, cost and everything. So that we deduct that for our customers.
Okay.
Put in a chemical boring and that.
I have no problem with that, we need to talk. Does anyone else have anything to bring before the board? If not, I need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you all.